Okay, and we're on to the next video. Chalice is very prevalent. I think the three best decks right now and the most common: Chalice, Argenport, Armory. Those three decks. Unfortunately, I have kind of a difficult time against two of those decks. So maybe this isn't even a good deck choice at the moment. But let's take a look at this hand. This hand is a little slow, but I do have 4 mana sources. They're just really slow power sources. I think we'll withdraw because if our opponent is a fast aggressive deck, oh dear, this is way worse than the last hand. If my opponent has a fast deck, if we see a fire symbol, we're pretty much dead. That's not helping. All of these cards have double shadow requirements, so I don't think I play Sabotage. Except that if I got stuck on lands, I want to use my mana efficiently, but I think there's nothing I can play next turn anyway, so I can wait one more turn. The more turns I wait, of course, the more I get to see in his hand. Yeah, so I can't play any of these cards. Let's just go ahead and Sabotage. 2 Vanquishes. Those are relevant. Is there a third color, or am I just playing straight up Combre here? So our entire hand can be played with 1 more shadow. So if we just draw 1 more power source, that would be great. That's kind of like a power source. Alright. This is alright. We'll attack him for 3. We of course get hit for 7, but hopefully, if we get to swing back with an Iron that he doesn't expect, we'll get to gain a bunch of life. Yeah, we should be able to gain some life here. He has the Vanquish in his hand, so he can't kill any of these. Nah, that's too bad. Because he can double block and kill the Iron. Oh no, oh, it's a trade either way. It's a 2-for-2 trade. We could play this out for him to Vanquish. I think we will do that. And I'm okay trading this Iron for 2 of his units, because I have lots more gas in my hand. And I don't mind clearing his board. A deck like this is most likely going to run a Xenan Obelisks and also Stand Together. So getting rid of his small units is actually really good for me. Yep, that's fine. Kill it. I take 7, go to 15. No, go to 21. I gain a lot of life this game. If I've gained life this effectively in the previous 2 games, they wouldn't have been so nasty, so close. So let's attack first, get my 3 life. I think this is the most aggressive card, and that's the one I'm gonna play. My opponent has no more Vanquishes that I know of, and 3 cards in hand, so we're doing okay. The board, I'm not losing overwhelmingly on board, even though he has a 7-10 in play, because I get to gain a lot of life very soon. I'm taking 7, but he's taking 8, and I'm gaining 3. So he's taking 8, and I'm taking 4 effectively because of the life gain here, offsetting 3 of the damage. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy taking him for 8. If I draw 1 more land, I can play 2 cards. So I don't want to play the 3 drops at the moment. I want to play the 4 drop. Because this 4 drop also holds back his 2/5s. Well, it blocks 1. It doesn't hold them both back. Yeah, if I draw a land, a power, that would be ideal. He should definitely attack with both of these, I think. Unless he has nothing else in his hand, which seems to be the case. So this is really good for me. Let's just play this. And I don't have to play the other unit. No, let's not attack with the 4/4. So I think I can ambush him with the Iron here. or Ayan. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Take my 7. Happily take the 7. Oh, concede. Because I have enough damage in the air. Okay, that was a quick one. My opponent's draw was very subpar though. He drew a lot of lands, and not a lot of business. Alright, game number 4. So we're 2-1. The deck's not doing too bad. We haven't actually played, other than the Chalice of course, we haven't played too many mainstream decks yet. This hand... So this is basically a depleted power source. So this is a 3 power source hand with my first play being a 4-drop. I think that's not good enough. Okay. This is a 2-power hand, but I have a bunch of 3-drops, so I think it's slightly better. But I do need to draw another Shadow Sigil the most. Do I care? Yeah, okay, let's play it. Okay. Let's get rid of his Power Stone. That's actually a very good snag, because Power Stone ramps him from 2 to 4. So that's a Sandstorm Titan on turn 3. And we're stuck on 2 power. Great. Yep. Hey, it's another Xenan deck. I'm actually very curious to see how my opponent builds it. So his deck is obviously very different than mine, because he has Power Stones in his deck. So he's probably looking to ramp up to something big. But these cards are familiar. Oh, there we go. Power. Perfect. Even though it is a time sigil, so I still can't play any of these cards, I can play the Sadistic Valkyrie, which trades with the Iron, which is still fine. Hey, I'm very curious to see how my opponent approaches the Life Force theme. So what do I do here? I'm afraid that if I play a unit, it's going to get removed. I could actually just play Removal Spell and then play Removal Spell and hope my opponent has nothing. Alternatively, I do nothing this turn. I just ambush his Iron with mine. And then on the following turn, remove that. Wait, I can't. Oh, I can. This is a really tough play. I don't know what the correct play is. The most greedy, of course, is to play Keitra, but I don't think I can get away with that. So I think because I have a whole bunch of fast spells and ambush options, we'll end the turn and see what my opponent does. See if he makes any mistakes. Okay, so I think he did make a mistake because he used all his power. So what this tells me is that if I play Iron at the end of my turn, I will get an attack in, and I can trigger the Life Force on Keitra. I guess the question is that good enough? Because he can still have a removal spell, killing Keitra, and then coming in for the lethal. I didn't think about that. And I think he probably does have a removal spell. We haven't played a single unit this game, so any removal spell he has, he will still have. So playing Keitra, attack him for 3, gain 3, Keitra goes to 4/4, he kills it, swings for the lethal. Or alternatively, I do nothing. I banish this, chump this. Yeah, so attack him for 3. I'm gonna play the Devoted Thurge actually, because it gains me some life. And if he chooses to remove my Devoted Thurge, he will most likely use up his entire turn. Then he can swing in for 9. Okay, so the Annihilate wouldn't have killed Keitra, but I take 9 here. I think that's acceptable. I did draw out one of his removal spells. I do want to draw lands though. I think lands, running power sources would be ideal. Can he do another? Oh no, he has a second spell that he can play. That's too bad. Steward of the Past is very difficult to beat for me right now. I think that's it. I can remove the Steward, attack for 3, go to 10. He attacks back for... He can crack back for 10 exactly. I guess we'll pass the turn and see what he does. If given the option, I will chump and trade his iron with mine. Okay, then this is fine. I banish this and take 3. Yeah, I'm not going to chump his steward. Yeah, that's a fairly useless top deck. This is one of my reasons that I don't like the Power Stone. He continues to have things to play, and I continue to not draw the land that I need. Power. Because if I drew a power, I could play 2 spells, and I think that is what I need to come back from this game. Let's just end the turn again. Yeah, if I had drawn a power source there, and I can play out the Sadistic Valkyrie, or play 2 banishes, I think that would allow me to win the game. Wait, hold on. If I block this, I go to 7, and I take 6. Yeah, that's very reasonable. Alright. A power is still not too late. I died to a Varus Favor, which I know he has in his hand. Why didn't I remember that? Yeah, I wonder if I had survived. I wonder what my next card is, if I made the right play. I saw the Varus Favor in his hand on turn 2. I just forgot about it. Because if I blocked his iron with mine, we trade, I gain 3 life, I would be at 4 instead of 1. And he would have just 2 units in play now. If I draw a power, I can play 2 spells. One of those can be the Banish, which kills his steward, and the other one is my 3/1 Valkyrie. I think I could win that game if he doesn't have anything great in his hand. Oh man, I'm kind of kicking myself right now. Oh no. I played very badly last game. Not that I care about winning or losing the game, but I'm just super curious to see if I could have stabilized and make a comeback. Comebacks are great. I think everybody likes a comeback story. So this is a Skycrack deck, but no, it's not, because it has a Seek Power in it. This color combination is interesting. So I have no way to play the Tempo Scribe anyway, because these things come into play depleted, so we're gonna have to do the Tempo Scribe the following turn. That's okay. I would gladly trade these if given the opportunity. Yep, seems good to me. Wow, look at all his life gain. Why can't I get this against super aggressive decks? This is such a good opening against Skycrag or Stone Scar. Not very good against a Sandstorm Titan, though. What? Oh, absolutely make that trade. That's a really bad attack on my opponent's part. I'm okay taking 1 hit from the Sandstorm Titan. I'd rather develop my board. This is kind of the nice thing about gaining a lot of life, is it gives you some buffer to play with. No, this thing, not only is it useless, it's doing 1 damage to me every turn. Yeah, I'll take 5. This is very problematic. So my opponent has destroyed me on Temple. He is able to play an extremely good thread and remove my thread that I took an entire turn to do. So he's basically undone everything that I've done in my 4th turn with a single power. That's actually one of the reasons why Permafrost is so good. And I'm also flooded. I have 5 power sources here, and I have basically 3 more. So I have 8 power sources, and I've drawn 7 cards. So more power than cards. That's quite problematic. This is not good. Alright, well, at least I'm getting 3 life a turn. If I draw Katra, that would be insane, because all of these will be 5/6s the moment I play Katra. Nope, never mind. He's gonna kill one of these. So he's drawing a bigger and bigger and better late game bombs, and I'm drawing power and 1/2s and 4/4s. If he gives me 2 turns, this can grow big enough to block the Sandstorm Titan, but I suspect he won't give me 2 turns for that. Yeah. So, my opponent's individual card power level is just incomparable to mine. My individual card power level was like 1/2, 1/2, 1 damage, draw land, a 5/5. And this thing does damage to myself. I think I die in the next attack. I'll take 7. Maybe I should have blocked one of these other units, but the Sandstorm Titan has endurance and also... Oh, that does damage to players as well. Okay. Wow, that's a big late game bomb. So that game, I don't think there's anything I could have done. It showcases one of the biggest weaknesses to the deck, though, is that this deck does not have individually very powerful cards. Impending Doom, it's pretty decent. I would say it's a pretty powerful card on its own. The Umbran Reaper is pretty powerful on its own, but that's pretty much it. Every other card in this deck kind of requires you to have some other piece to work with it. And that, of course, opens you up to a high degree of variance when you draw the wrong side of your deck. Like the last game where I just drew 3 Sanctuary Priests, like a Sabotage and a whole bunch of these fairly weak and useless early game cards. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know if the solution was to go even more aggressive early games for some redundancy that's very aggressive, using like Cult Aspirants and Oasis Seekers, to attack early. I think I've tried that before the introduction of the expansion cards, like the Valkyrie, the Thirige, and the Interrogator, and it did not work out well. So maybe with the addition of these cards, it could work better, but I'm not sure. But another option is to make it go a little bit slower and add a little bit more late game cards. But there really isn't that many amazing late game cards in these colors that let you go over top of your opponent. The only one I can really think of is in Shadow, and it's Vera Fate Touched. Because Vera Fate Touched, bringing back Keitra and Umbran Reaper, seems like a very, very powerful thing to do. Or bringing back Interrogator or Iron and Abductor seems like a very powerful thing you can be doing. But that's really changing the flavor of the deck, and it's going really late into the game. I'm going to give that a try in a couple of days, but I think I'll end the video here. It's almost 12 o'clock. It's quite late. We ended up doing, 2-3, I think. I think we're 2-3, 2 wins, 3 losses, or something like that. But I hope the games have shown you how the deck runs, and I'd be really curious to see what your thoughts are on the deck, and maybe if you have any good suggestions for me on how to tweak the deck, or if you have played this deck before and you have a really good list to share with me, please leave it in the comments below. I'm very interested to see what other people have done to this deck, and if someone else has hit upon a version or an approach that is much better than mine. I would love to be able to test out your version as well and learn from it. Right? As always, thank you for watching. If you like my videos, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe if you want to get more content from me. But thanks and have a good night.